One of the planet's most impressive networks is going to be built this November at SC22 in Dallas. And my next guests are among the leaders who are making it possible. Matt, Shannon, would you briefly each introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Matt Zekauskus. I am with Internet 2, but for SC22, I am SCinet chair. So I get to try to wrangle everyone to create the network.
And I'm Shannon Champion. I'm the Director of Networking for Peer Group, one of the Platinum sponsors for the event.
Well, welcome both of you. What is SCinet and how does it support attendees at SC22?
Sure, let me start with that. So SCinet is a network built to support SC22, both the conference and the exhibitions. It's built by a group of volunteers from all over the world for the sort of human networking we get by working together and by chance to work with all the latest technology. To support the exhibitions and the research experiments this year, we're bringing in 3.72 terabits of capacity. It includes 7 400 gigabit circuits. It's mostly from the research and education networks in the US, which includes Internet 2 and the Energy Sciences Network, ESNet, and the regional network in Texas, Learn. And we're also getting some circuits donated by Verizon and Aurelion this year, which is great. Equipment, Cisco, Ciena, Arista, Nokia are used to deliver the services to the research part of the network. But and there are other contributors doing things for like security. There are a whole bunch. But the main way that SCinet supports the attendees themselves at the conference is through providing fast and robust wireless connectivity throughout the venue. So this means on the exhibition floor, in the rooms that are being used for papers, and for the big keynote and other large presentations. So this year, we're partnering with Peer Group to provide this support. And Peer Group is actually a diamond level SCinet contributor, which we reserve for our contributors who help SCinet the most with a combination of equipment, services, and effort.
Well, tell us a little bit about this partnership, Shannon. What does this make possible for those attendees who are going to be getting their Wi-Fi thanks to Peer Group?
Well, I think the big thing is in the past, the SCinet network, the research side was always the bleeding edge newest technologies, right? And it's been more conservative on the breakout rooms and that kind of thing over the past. With us getting involved and bringing in the newest, latest, greatest technologies, now we're starting to see some of that's ready, that's research, that's transitioned to production grade product using that. So now we're kind of, matching the partnership on the research side on the edge. So both the switching and wireless and the anything to fulfill the hybrid show environment for breakouts is kind of part of this engagement.
That's sounds to me like a lot of wireless access points.
Yeah, we're shipping about 600 wireless access points to the show. So hope we don't have to use all of them, but we have 600 of them.
Wow.
And roughly, I would say 200 or 300 switches. So yeah, there's a lot of hardware that's coming into the show, and we're going to leverage some of the latest technologies and security capabilities as well. So it's going to be a fun project to weave it all together with the research guys. So.
Hey, Shannon, can you maybe give a couple examples of the newer technology that's being deployed?
Sure. The one big one is Wi-Fi 6E, which is the latest Wi-Fi standard, which allows us to run larger channel widths. And what that does is, for the devices that can support that, it's a wired physical experience in a wireless environment. So imagine you have to be at a specific location plugged in to get connectivity. We're giving you the same experience anywhere in the conference center that is wireless. That's the big one, and have the ability to do that. Over and above that is a lot of the security enhancements that are out now for the dynamic management of the user security, location, port associations, meaning that whatever security that's applied to the network applies everywhere, and it's automatic. You don't have to actually worry about, oh, I'm plugging in here now, I don't have access to the network. It goes, oh, you're part of the edge of your own network, you have access, because it knows who you are. And that's the enhancement. When I say going from the research experimental side to the what we consider production, which is the edge and the teams that support the breakouts, we have to be very conservative and stable, because if it stops working, the show, it's a big issue. But we're wanting to take the enhancements that have been proven out over the years on the research side and actually show how it can be worked in a production safe environment.
Let's talk a little bit about the human side of the network. Matt, what's the size of the SCinet team this year?
So as I said, we've got volunteers from all over the world, and there are about 20 SCinet teams that are come together to build the network. One of which is the Edge team, which helps distribute things throughout the convention center, and then the wireless team, which helps provide the wireless. I was amazed. I took a look this morning, and the total count is now about 180 members.
180?
So 180 people will be helping do this. Not all have been involved the whole time, but yeah. And the Edge and wireless, just that portion is 32 people. And I believe officially there are 5 from Pier on the team, but I know there are more in the background that are helping out. So I don't know, Shannon, if you can say a little bit more about what you know about the wireless team and how you're.
Well, I know there's 5 from Pier Group that are going to be physically at the facility to set up, but we're 7 to 8 total, I guess, behind the scenes. I mean, this has been a long process. I mean, the commitment is not just here's a couple of days. It's a true partnership. I mean, this is a year-long process for all the SCinet volunteers. So it's not just like a quickie type thing. This is almost a full-time job, and I can't understand how Matt can actually do it, because he's got to wrangle all of it. I just got a small piece, so I totally understand the challenge.
Matt, how do you get people to commit for a year-long process?
Carefully? No, really, it's a little bit of advertising and word of mouth and telling people what happens, because once the people are here, as I said, it's a bunch of human networking. You meet people from all over. You meet people that will become your colleagues in the future. You've got new contacts to be able to answer questions that show up. So now if I've got wireless questions, I know some people to ask. But it's that, and also I said it's working with this newer technology. So here we get the people in the wireless team get experience with using the newer 6 and 6E, I guess it is, protocols and setting this stuff up and learning how to put the access points and all that. So it's really a combination, I think, of the people that you meet here and the technology used, and the latest stuff is always exciting, and building it for the researchers can also be exciting. So I think that it's not just drudgery. It does take a long time, partially because we are all volunteers doing this too, but it's fun, and I think people get stuff out of it.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have just an amazing SCinet this November in Dallas at SC22. Matt Zekauskus, Shannon Champion, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.